the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Tonight on DC News Now at 5, new charges in a high-profile murder case, why 5 Memphis police officers will be heading to trial. And confusion and chaos at a Northern Virginia school, why students were rushed from the building earlier this afternoon. Also, fighting crime, how the district is using recreational centers to curb violence.
And overall, it was a quiet day out there today, and it seems like sunshine's going to be returning for our Friday, so definitely keep it here. We'll have a check of that forecast coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Brittany, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. We're starting tonight with breaking news out of Tennessee. 5 former Memphis police officers are charged with murder in the arrest and death of Tyre Nichols. All 5 have been charged with second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, and official misconduct. Now, Nichols, who was a FedEx worker, was pulled over on January 7th on his way home from apparent reckless driving. 5 officers approached Nichols, and they say he began the runaway, and there was a confrontation. The family's attorney, Ben Crump, says Nichols was beaten, shocked, pepper sprayed, and restrained. Nichols then complained of shortness of breath. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition and died 3 days later. Today's progress is a step in the right direction, but there is a long journey to go for justice. The Shelby County District Attorney demands justice for Nichols and his family.
We all want the same thing. We want justice for Tyre Nichols. It's my hope that if there is any silver lining to be drawn from this very dark cloud, it's that perhaps this incident can open a broader conversation about the need for police reform.
Last night we showed you the emotional reaction from Tyre's mother.
That's all he tried to do was come home. He was 2 minutes from the house when they stopped him. He was less than 80 yards away when they murdered him.
Video footage of the arrest will be released sometime tomorrow evening. Also breaking now, police are working to piece together the details behind several bomb threats at Prince William County schools. Earlier today, county police tweeted about a threat made towards Unity Reed High School, saying that someone was traveling there with a bomb. A little later, Manassas City Police were alerted about a possible bomb at Osborne High School. Police suggested dismissal at several local schools, though no evidence of any danger was found. As we continue to see kids involved in crime in D.C., many are strategizing how to keep them occupied and away from bad decisions. One of the biggest tools, recreation centers across the district. But are they working? DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg is at Raymond Recreation Center in Petworth. Daniel, staff there, they're telling you that they're working on expanding programs.
That's right, Mark. A lot of concern from parents is that there isn't enough to attract kids to these rec centers. That's why they are expanding programs like this e-gaming setup for kids to enjoy.
To keep kids out of trouble, most parents agree there needs to be more activities to keep them occupied.
The question is, how do we engage young people who won't step foot in here, who may already be justice involved, who may already be carrying guns?
Chief of Community Programs Marcus Coates says they're working on that.
We have roving leaders that are in the schools, and they talk to them about what's going on, and they refer them to our recreation centers where they can engage in programming.
Many are already involved in sports at rec centers, but some may not be interested.
However, they do have the technical skills, they do have the mental capacity to build, to strategize, and that's where gaming comes into play.
Several computer labs at rec centers are now gaming lounges, a place to socialize and compete.
While we have these gaming spaces that allow them to play, we do have an enrichment component where we actually talk to the kids and figure out what it is that they have going on, and we're able to kind of resolve some of the issues.
Some parents I talked with are afraid to send their kids to some programs, however, because of who lingers around them.
We are looking to ways that we can get kids to and from the recreation center safely, and that's through communication with the parents as well. So not only do we have communication with the kids, we have communication with the parents. So when the kids are getting out, we communicate.
Coates says their late night hype program will be coming back in February to keep kids busy at night.
We're looking to expand our operations for all rec centers and aquatic centers as well. So we'll be opening up early and closing later.
And games like this, some old school Miss Pac-Man games are also here if some kids want to figure out what was cool back in the day. The big question from parents, again, is a lot of the hours have been reduced because of the pandemic. Coates tells me that those hours will soon be back to normal. Rec centers, all of them will be open soon from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, and from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. We're live in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you. Taking a look outside where we had a mix of sun and clouds today. We also experienced some wind gusts and temperatures on the cooler side. Heading over now to weathercaster Brittany Ward with a check on the forecast. And Brittany, are we expecting colder temperatures?
You know what, Mark? Have that jacket heading out the door tomorrow, because those temperatures will be a lot cooler tomorrow than they were today. We're taking a look at radar, though, showing you the overall picture. Definitely seen some clouds across the entire mid-Atlantic. That's going to be the trend heading through your evening tonight, and then sunshine will be returning as we head into your Friday. Still got a few watches and warnings in effect there for Garrett County. A winter storm warning will set to expire tomorrow around 4 a.m. They received a few inches of snow from yesterday's storm system. That snow is currently moving out of the area right now, and it was a little bit of accumulation earlier today. So if you're planning your evening here in the nation's capital, you're going to be seeing that mixture of clouds across the area. Overall, by that 6 o'clock hour, temperatures will be in the lower 40s. We're hanging on to the lower 40s, hanging into that 7 o'clock hour, and then by 8 you see the outside temperature in the lower 40s. So overall, it's looking to be a nice night out there. Looking ahead to the next 3 days, lots of sunshine to talk about for your Friday, but take a look at those temperatures. It's going to be pretty chilly as you are stepping out the door tomorrow. Only going to be seeing those temperatures in the lower 40s. Lows for your Friday will be in the 20s, and then it looks like we got 50s to talk about heading into your weekend, but then ending it is when we are tracking a few showers. So definitely keep it here. We'll time this out for you guys using Future Tracker coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Brittany. New details tonight. D.C. police responded to a possible barricade situation and domestic violence call from a woman just before 8 this morning who police say was allegedly assaulted and being held against her will. Now, she was at her apartment in McLean Gardens in Northwest D.C. The victim told police she was able to escape and call 911. When officers arrived on scene, the suspect was gone. The victim told officers that the suspect asked her for money, and when she said no, he hit her in the side of the face. The victim suffered minor injuries. So far, no word on any arrests. Well, new tonight, you're looking at a building fire in Leesburg, Virginia this afternoon. The image here showing billowing smoke was posted online at the town of Leesburg around 12:30 p.m. Several streets were closed, including South King Street between Loudon and South Streets. No word yet on the cause of the fire or any injuries. Well, a bill introduced in the Maryland General Assembly could reduce the area around schools where drivers are required to slow down. The legislation would impact schools statewide. DC News Now's Katie Reese spoke with parents and neighbors today. And Katie, how are people feeling about this?
Good evening, Mark. Now, about a 2-minute walk behind me, that's Chevy Chase Elementary School. Now, this sign right here, that would mark the new radius where drivers would need to slow down for that school zone area. Now, I spoke to some parents and some students earlier today, and they actually think the opposite should happen, that those zones should be larger, especially in neighborhoods like this one where kids walk to school.
It'll be less safe, I think.
A bill introduced in the Maryland State Senate proposes a reduction in the size of the school zone where drivers are required to slow down. The area around certain schools would go from a half-mile radius to a 1/10 of a mile. For example, at Chevy Chase Elementary School, the red circle represents the current half-mile school zone radius. The blue circle represents the proposed 1/10 of a mile radius. Some parents disagree with the move.
That is definitely not good for kids and pedestrians around the school. I guess it would be the best if they keep it the original way.
If the bill passes, it would require jurisdictions to install new signage and potentially relocate speed cameras. But some parents say speed cameras alone are not enough.
I don't know about the cameras, to be honest. I think because the cameras, I don't know, sometimes I think they often are just about collecting revenue. But I do feel like in school zones, it is really important to hold people accountable to actually go the speed limit.
A Montgomery County Public School student says he feels safe walking to school only when he's near a crossing guard. He hopes lawmakers will not support the bill.
There's a lot of areas that there's no speed bumps, and people do go fast unless they're right next to the crossing guard. Safety should be a higher priority than people wanting to drive fast.
Now, the bill doesn't exactly specify what schools across the state would be affected by this, but if it does pass, it could go into effect on July 1st of this year. Reporting live in Chevy Chase, Katie Ree, DC News Now.
Katie, thank you. New tonight, video has been released of a burglary at a shooting range in Ashburn, Virginia. 2 suspects broke into the Silver Eagle Group shooting range and stole 10 guns early Tuesday morning. The video shows 2 suspects approaching the business and looking around. They later broke a window, entered the building, and took the guns. If you have any information, you're urged to contact police. Well, new tonight, footage of the attack on former U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband will be released to the public. Prosecutors previously requested that the footage not be released, but a judge on Wednesday denied the request. The judge ruled that there was no reason to keep the footage secret. The district attorney's office argued that releasing footage publicly would allow people to manipulate it in their quest to spread false information, while news agencies argue that it was vital for prosecutors to share their evidence, which could debunk any false information from spreading. The video could be released as early as this evening.